So a lot of people have been saying that you bought a piece of shit and that you're stupid. I'm not trying to like add to the whole problem, but what happened to your exhaust?
It's held on by zip ties.
Where?
Where is it? Oh, right there. Right here.
Oh god.
What they don't understand is I'm not looking for a daily.
Hey, they don't understand, bro. Fuck them, huh?
Oh, we gotta look for that plate.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Static Works. So today we'll be installing this freaking transmission mount.
Hey,
G35.
hey, you did it first try. High five. Do you even know what a transmission mount is?
It's a mount for the transmission.
No.
So like my girlfriend said, we are going to be installing Z1 tranny mount on the G35. We do have the engine mounts as well, but it's going to take a while to install those if you guys know anything about motor mounts for these cars. But today we got to figure all that out because we got to finally fix the car, because a lot of you guys have been talking shit on the reveal video saying that this car is a piece of shit. And to clarify what this build is for, it is a track build. So the reason he got it so cheap is because we're literally gonna replace almost every single part of this car. Fenders, bumpers, hood. We might even replace the engine after we build another one. That's our plan. So we're pretty much gonna be replacing everything. So our whole point was just to get a running car to actually be able to drive for now while we're building it, and then be able to swap the engine later. So to all the haters talking shit, tell them.
Still watching?
I did tell Martin to go with the poly bushing because the metal bushing is gonna be really stiff, and what pretty much all bushings do is they absorb the impact of either the engine or the transmission or whatever you have it on. And with this one, it's gonna be able to absorb it, but you're still gonna feel vibrations inside the cabin more than you normally would, but it's gonna hold the transmission better. And that's why you upgrade it on the engine too, because when you get the engine ones, we'll go more into depth when we actually do the mounts, but it prevents the motor from going side to side like the normal rubber bushings do. So that's also a plus because it's gonna improve the handling, and also since it is the transmission bushing, it's gonna improve the shifting. We recommend putting the car on all 4 jacks. Never go under a car with just a jack, even though we've done it before. Don't do it. Don't do it, please. What Martin is pointing to is the white pipe. The black thing up there is gonna be the drivetrain. So that's what's gonna hook up to the transmission to deliver the power to the differential. But if you start going closer, you can see this brace right here. And that's what's pretty much gonna be holding the transmission. So we have a jack actually holding the transmission up, and we're gonna be removing the bolt from the brace to actually be able to drop it down and get to the mount. The first bolt, which is gonna be on the back of the brace, is gonna be a 14 millimeter. And then you could obviously just use a regular socket to remove it. So laying under here, I just realized we really do need a lift. Not the actual huge ones because the garage won't be able to fit it, but the ones who lift it by the side, just to give us a little more room under here, because with jack stands, we really don't have that much room. And I've done a transmission just like this, and it is really bad, and we're gonna be doing a lot of things with this car with some sponsors. Oh, bro. Oh wait, who is that? Martin, where the fuck? How the fuck did Martin get out? How the fuck did Martin get out? Wait, what the fuck? Yo! That's hard! Bro, why are you driving Martin's Veloster?
It's Tom Martin's Veloster.
Whose is it?
It's mine.
Bruce! Bruce, we miss you! Hey, I heard you got pulled over today.
You're making us look bad, dude.
Damn. You got pulled over right next to me when we were leaving school.
I know, it's fucking, I wasn't even being
He
loud,
straight
too.
pulled right out after you, dude.
I know.
Like we were driving by, I
I saw him pull out, and right when he came up, I was like, okay, well, he's gonna come out.
I was being loud, but you weren't. Like I was gonna do a pull, but then like you went up behind me, but you were going slow, and then a cop just straight fucking swooped in like quick, right on his ass, and I was like, oh, it's game over, dude.
He's like, well, are you gonna be able to change it? I was like, I guess.
Wait, did we just reveal your car?
Yeah. All right, so I think it's about time you talk about it and why we didn't actually make a separate video.
As you can see, I did get the Veloster. on keeping it in the Static family. Martin decided that he did want to sell the car and he wanted something different. And since I did crash my car, I thought, you know, he was like, hey, like, I'll give you a good deal on it. If you want to take it, you can finish the payments on it and you can have it. So I was like, you know, I think it's a good deal. I paid about 12, a little over 12 grand. And yeah, now it's mine.
So as you can see, Bruce ended up getting the Veloster, which is pretty crazy, but at least it's still in the family. We didn't really make a big video on it just because we didn't want to literally do a review of Bruce's new car and have the same car that we already had. So we didn't want to overhype people, but yes, it is Bruce's car, and yes, he's taking really good care of it because he does know how to drive. Terrible. But future mods coming for this thing, hint hint. So there are 2 bolts on each side, as you can see right there. You're going to be needing to remove those 2 with a 14mm, so the same size, and it should break loose pretty easy. I recommend using an extension if you don't want to remove the Y pipe, because you're not going to be able to get it off if you just use a socket with the 1/2 inch, because you're going to be hitting the flex pipe area. The bolt right here and the bolt on the other side are both 14mm. That's what actually holds the transmission mount. We can't get this whole piece off, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to try just removing the transmission mount with it, and hopefully the whole thing will actually come off, and then we can just replace it with the stiffer mount. So after trying to loosen up the transmission mount bolts, that piece just came down, which is really weird. But now, as you can see under here, you should be able to just remove those 2 14mm. Now you can get an actual better look at it, and then it should just fall straight down. Whenever loosening stuff like this, you do want to do it side by side, because if you loosen up one side all the way, it's going to put a lot of force and pressure on the other side. Looking at the before and after, you can see this one is already starting to crack, which obviously is not a good sign. So you do want to replace them as regular, not regular maintenance, but probably I would say like 80,000 miles to 100,000 miles. You would probably check it out and see how it's doing. But this is the Z1 transmission mount. You could look at the differences. So much better. It is it's actually a lot wider too. This new transmission mount is going to improve the shifting of the car, and we will drive it around, see how it feels. But we messed up because we didn't do it before and after, bro.
Oh, I didn't even get to show you that. When I was in 3rd gear, I'd give it gas, and
the whole thing would
the shifter would move forward. So that's how we knew the amount.
That might also be the bushings itself. So we are going to be doing a short shifter.
It already has one.
No, it doesn't. I look.
It does.
I look.
Google it.
It's OEM.
You're OEM.
You don't need to lie to anyone.
Let's go.
So I have been hitting up a few people and a few companies about sponsorships, and one company did respond to me today, and I won't go into a lot of detail, but it is related to the transmission of the car. So we are going to be putting some new goodies in here, so stay tuned for that. Looking at this mount, it does have an arrow, and obviously that's due to weight and counterbalance and a bunch of stuff, but this one has an arrow to show what way it goes on, and this one can be installed either way, so don't get worried about installing it, you know, a certain way versus the other, because it's not really going to matter.
And they even tell you in the instructions, so it's good to read. Just in case you guys are struggling putting it in, it doesn't go in, as you can tell, and this way it doesn't go in either, but this other side you're able to maneuver it around, so don't be scared. This side is obviously going to be wider, so if you can't put it in straight in, just make sure to just put it in through here. It has a little ramp right here. Obviously that side doesn't, so it's obviously going to be able to slide in just like that, and then you should be good to reinstalling it. What we're going to do is we're going to be installing it all together, so Martin's going to be holding the whole thing while I bolt it in, just because we don't want to have to worry about it. They do recommend taking off the Y pipe to get more room, but we did it without it, so we should be able to do it just like this. Installing the transmission mount is going to be the same as removing it, so it should be really easy. The only hard part is actually maneuvering yourself under the car, but we're probably gonna skip all the install of the motor mount just because you guys should know how to put it back on, and then we will take it for a drive. traction. So we gotta stay in a second.
Smell those fumes? So it smells like oil, clutch.
Oil.
Oil?
Motor oil. Oh, moil. Motor oil.
More oil. More oil, more oil. First gear, do it. The spin.
Let it spin.
It smells so bad, bro. It smells like legit gas and oil together. Overall, the transmission mount does feel smoother. There is more vibration in the cabin, but for some reason, it just feels calmer. I don't know how I would explain it.
It just drives smoother, but there's a little more vibration. It's kind of hard to explain.
It's hard to explain unless you actually drive it, and it's good that he got the poly one, but obviously, we haven't showed you guys, but we do have the Z1 motor mounts. So we're gonna be installing those on a later time that we actually have time to do them. And obviously, we're gonna be doing a lot of transmission work. Engine needs work, but that's till later. We're good with putting oil in it. We're gonna get an oil catch can and a bunch of other stuff that will help the oil burning.
But it's not a big deal. I'm not gonna drive it too much. I'm gonna be driving the truck. Speaking of the truck, just to let you guys know, since I bought this car, the truck lift and the tires and all that, I'm gonna have to put that on hold for a little while because I want to finish this within hopefully 6 months, or get it close to being finished in 6 months, like track ready.
We do want to start taking our cars to shows as a whole team, so that's why we want to get all the cars done so we can start attending shows. And we just hit 7,000 subscribers, so thank you guys for that. We started jumping up again, and we're already, I believe, like a couple days ago, probably like 5 days ago, we hit 7,000. We're right now at 7,200. And that's really good. So thank you guys, and all the guys and girls who are new to the channel. What's up? Welcome to Static Works. So we have a lot coming for this thing and a lot coming for all of our builds, so stay tuned. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, share, and we'll see you guys on the next one.